This is my birthday book haul. These are all the books that I got for my birthday. I was going for 24 books for my 24th birthday, and let's just say we well surpassed that goal. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the Chyanne Show. Alrighty guys, like I said in the intro, these are all the books that I got for my birthday. I was going for 24 books for my 24th birthday, and we well surpassed that. I don't think I've ever brought this many books before for my birthday. Do you see? Stacked. I was originally trying to do 12 physical books and then 12 ebooks, but that did not happen. I just brought all physical books, and now my physical TBR is... she's a mess. She's uncontrollable, and I have officially put myself on a book buying ban because I think I have well over 100+ books on my physical TBR. That is too much, and I know people have probably 500+ or more, but for me, just having 100 books, I can't do it. So I have to knock through these. But anyways, enough yapping, and let's just get into the birthday book haul. So the first book up is Once in Every Lane by Christian Hannah. I absolutely love Christian Hannah. She is literally one of my favorite authors. I just love her writing. I love how full circle her books are. I have not read a Christian Hannah book where it wasn't a full circle, didn't have a full circle ending. So I'm very excited to get into this book. I know absolutely nothing about it. The only thing I know about it, it's written by Christian Hannah, and that means I'm gonna read it. Second up, we have another Christian Hannah book. This is When Lightning Strikes. This is another one of her books, and like I said, I'm trying to get through her entire catalog. And yep, another book I know nothing about. The other book I just showed you and this book, they were both purchased off my book wish list by my bestie book content creator friend Justin, and so thank you very much, Justin, if you're seeing this. After that, we have the queen of beach reads, and when I say queen of beach reads, y'all should already know who I'm talking about. We are talking about the Elin Hilderbrand, and this is her book The Island. I love Elin Hilderbrand. I was first introduced to Elin Hilderbrand by the book content creator Brandy, and she would just talk about Elin Hilderbrand. I was like, oh, I need to get into Elin Hilderbrand, and I am so glad I did. My favorite book by Elin Hilderbrand definitely has to be Nantucket Nights in the 5-Star Weekend, and I'm so excited to see the 5-Star Weekend as a TV show on Peacock. Very excited for that. But this is The Island by Elin Hilderbrand. I just love her books. I love the beachiness, the rawness, the realness of her books, and I have so much Elin Hilderbrand attire that it is crazy. I am truly a stan of her, and so I'm very excited to get into this book. After that, we have In Every Mirror She Is Black. This was a book I purchased off of Book Outlet, and when I was reading the synopsis, I just thought, like, I'm going to be able to relate to this book somehow, some way, because just listen to the synopsis. Told through the perspective of each of the three women, In Every Mirror She's Black is a fast-paced, richly nuanced contemporary social novel that explores the deepest depths of what it means to be a Black woman navigating a white-dominated society. And as a Black woman myself, I feel like I will be able to relate to this book very much, and I'm very excited to get into it. I've heard some really great reviews about this book, so can't wait to pick her up. After that, we have Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. Mary Kay Andrews is also another queen of the beach reads. I love her books. Even though they are a bit on the longer side, you never really feel it because she paces her books so well. I've only read I've read a lot of her books, but I've only read 2 so far. I've read Homewreckers and Road Trip, which is her newest book coming out in June. So I really enjoyed both of them. So I'm very excited to get into Hello Summer. And I'm going to prioritize this summer because she'll be sitting on my TBR a lot longer if I don't get to her either now in the summer, because I'm not reading this in the fall or the winter. That's not gonna happen. And same goes with Elin Hilderbrand. She has a Winter Street series, which I have been reading in the winter, and I also have a series on my page so you can check it out. But a lot of Elin Hilderbrand's books are summery time, and it feels criminal to read them in the winter or in the fall. So next up we have A Tempest of Tea. I kept sawing ads for this book on TikTok, and I was like, Oh, I'm intrigued, and I brought this book off of Book Outlet. As you can see, it's got the nice sprayed edges, and it was going for very cheap, so I was like, tea. But I recall that this book deals with vampires and a secret society and stuff like that, if I'm not wrong. But I'm very excited to get into this, and I want to get into this soon, ASAP, no Rocky. After that, we have The Summer of You and Me by Denise Hunter. I love Denise Hunter. I love me Denise Hunter down. She is a romance author. She's like a Christian romance author. Her romance books are so wholesome, so clean. The yearning is there. You're not gonna miss the spice. It's nothing to be missed in her books. And I've read a good amount of books in her catalog. I've read, well, I am reading, but it's paused, Before We Were Us. I read Love Unscripted. I've read More Than Friends, which comes out April. And I just love her books because they're so wholesome, so clean, just such sweet romances. And those are the type of romances that I like. So I'm very excited to get into this one. This is also another summer book that I need to prioritize immediately because summer is coming upon us. And I will not be reading that in the winter, like I said. Alrighty, after that we have The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. The only thing that I know about this book is that it is a thriller, and I love thrillers. Thrillers are literally my home base. I'm always gonna go back to thrillers, no matter what. If I need a palate cleanser, a thriller. If I need to feel something, a thriller is where I'm going. And I'm very excited for this book. I know nothing about it. I just picked it up basically off of the cover. I thought it looked beautiful. It has a purpley sunset and things, and so I don't even think I've ever read anything by this author. So this will be my first book by Megan Miranda, and hopefully I enjoy it. Up next we have a classic. It is Emma by Jane Austen. I am very excited to get into this book because I'm excited to start reading more classics. I recently read Agnes Grey by Anne Bronte and really enjoyed it. And I was so surprised because I feel like classics intimidate me only because of the language. I feel like if I can't grasp what is being told or what is being said in a book, I'm not gonna like it. And then that's how I fall into a book slump. So I really don't want to fall into another book slump. But the reason I picked up Emma is because one of my favorite book YouTubers, Ian Goobly, yes, Ian, and his wife, they're such the sweetest couple, cutest couple ever. He was reading a bunch of Jane Austen books, and he posted a video where he was reading the romance books, I believe, from Jane Austen, and then doing romantic things for his wife. If he wanted to, he would. Like, that was so tea and so cute, and I loved it. And he was just talking about Emma, and it seemed kind of like up my alley. And also, just look at this cover. Book Outlet for the win. And it feels like a paperback but looks like a hardback. That is tea, and it makes me want to go pick up the rest of the classics that Book Outlet had on their page. So very excited to get into this one. After that we have Murder by Cheesecake, and this is a Golden Girls cozy mystery. I grew up watching Golden Girls with my mom, and so when I saw they had a book, I was gagged. I was like, what? And my mom was like, really? They have a book out? And I was like, and so she purchased it for me off of my birthday book wish list on Amazon. And yes, has all the Golden Girls on here. This seems like it's going to be tea, and I'm going to like it, and it's a cozy mystery. You can't beat a cozy mystery, especially about the Golden Girls. You can't. After that we have another thriller, and this is My Sister the Serial Killer. I've heard a lot of great things about this book, and I'm excited to get into it. I like to go into my books blind, so I don't know much about this book. That it's just a thriller, and I believe it deals with one of my favorite thriller tropes, which is serial killers or serial unalivers, because I don't want to get banned. But serial unaliver trope and the thriller trope eat down every time. And you know who also writes great thrillers within that trope? The Queen, Jennifer Hillier. She's tea. Up next we have S.A. Cosby's All Sinners Bleed. I recently read my first S.A. Cosby book last month, and it was Razorblade Tears. I absolutely loved it. The writing, phenomenal. It played out like a movie. That book needs to be made into a movie immediately. So this book was actually bought by one of my followers off of my Amazon book wish list, and I'm so excited to get into this. I love his writing. It's very raw. It's very in your face. I felt like when I was reading Razor Blade Tears, I haven't read a book like that in a long time. Like, it was like rip the band-aid off. We're getting into it. I'm very excited to get into this book, and this book honestly for me can be read anytime because it's a thriller. Like I said, thrillers are my home base, so it can be read now, it could be read in October, but hopefully sooner than that because I need more of S.A. Cosby immediately. Up next we have A Calamity of Souls by David Baldacci. I actually already read this book, and I will tell you, 6 stars. My favorite book so far of 2026. I was about to say 2025. Girl, it's 2026. Our year. But my favorite book of 2026. I absolutely love this book. It was heartbreaking, eye-opening, aggravating, frustrating, disgusting. It had me crying literally within the first 35 pages. If you want to see a book reaction video, you can see it on my TikTok page. And yes, I love this book and I will always recommend this book. So if you're watching this video, pick up A Calamity of Souls by David Baldacci immediately. After that, we have Where the Rhythm Takes You by Sarah Das. I love Sarah Das, and I've only read one book by her, and it was When the Vibe Is Right. Oh my gosh, the vibes were indeed right. I just loved how it infused like the Trinidadian culture and carnival. In the narration, it just ate down. It was like a nice romance book, not too heavy in romance. It bordered nicely on everything for me, and I enjoyed it so much. I rated it 5 stars, and I was like, I need to read more of Sarah Das, and so here I am reading more of Sarah Das. And just look at the cover, it's giving beautiful black queen like me. But yes, I'm so excited to get into this book and so excited to read more Sarah Das. Next up after that, we have Mary Higgins' Where Are the Children? This is a thriller. Children are missing. Seems right up my alley. Seems like it's gonna be giving very creepy vibes. Even by the cover, gives creepy country vibes. So I've never read anything by this author either, so I'm excited. After that, we have A Bend in the Road by Nicholas Sparks. I am excited to finally read my first Nicholas Sparks book. This book, when I was reading the synopsis, seemed like it would be similar to Night Road by Christian Hanna. And Night Road, oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it, but this book seemed like it would be very similar to it, so that's why I picked it up. And then also I picked it up because of Nicholas Sparks, so I'm excited to get into this one too. I'm excited to get into all these books, I keep saying that. But after that, we have The Godfather. I solely picked this book up because I started watching The Godfather. Well, I watched the first movie. I'm somewhere in the second movie. To be honest, I did not know this was a book series first. So I want to pick it up and compare the book to the movie and see if it's similar, if things are different. There's always sometimes things different when you do a book to a movie adaptation, but I really enjoyed The Godfather, so I'm hoping I will really enjoy the book. Next we have With Love from Harlem by D. Rashonda Tate. I have actually already started reading this book. This is a book that is on my April TBR. I love Rashonda Tate. I loved Queen of Sugar Hill, which follows Hattie McDaniel, who's the first African-American woman to win an Oscar, and it follows her life after winning the Oscar. And oh my god, I enjoyed that book so much. I rated 5 stars, loved it, and I was like, I need to pick up more by her. So I recently made a historical fiction book video on my TikTok, and I asked people to drop recommendations in the comments. And this book right here and the next book I'm going to talk about were 2 books that people were telling me I have to read. And I was like, T. So yeah, loving With Love from Harlem. Like, the narrator, chef's kiss, the story, even though it does have a cheating trope. I don't like cheating tropes, but I'm gonna try to push through, because as soon as I even sniff a cheating trope, the book is ruined for me. Like, it's ruined. But I'm trying to push through. I'm trying to just like put it past, not really dwell on it. The rest of these books, hold on, 1 2 3 4 5. All right, The next 5 books were all books that I purchased from Book of the Month. I love Book of the Month. And this video is not sponsored, but hopefully one day they will. But yeah, kind of in March. So these are like add-ons. My choice for March was Lady Tremaine. Don't know where my copy is, but I'll just put a picture up here. It's a Cinderella retelling, and I'm so... Oh, actually, here it is. It's on here. So scratch that. Let's go. We have Did You Hear About Kitty Carr? This was another book, like I said, people were recommending me in my comments, telling me that I would love this book because I love historical fiction. And just look at the cover. It's giving like Hollywood glam. And I was like, ooh, this seems right up my alley. I just love the old school Hollywood glam look. I feel like for my wedding, that's what I'm going to be going with. That old school Hollywood 1920s flappers type of thing. So yeah, very excited to get into this book, and I hope I enjoy it. Up next, we have a book that's been causing a lot of discourse on Book Talk, on BookTube, and I don't know why, because I haven't read it yet. And it is Just Friends by Haley Pham. So many like reviews about this book and so many things said about this book, and I'm like, first of all, can you give the girl a break? This is her first book, all right? Have you guys written a book? I don't think so. But I'm very excited to get into this book. I don't really watch too many reviews about this book because I really want to go in and form my own opinion. So if I see people speak about this book, I'm like, scroll. But yeah, I'm excited. I love Haley. She's so cute. She's so sweet. I just love watching her videos. They're so intriguing. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this book. I have heard that there is a miscommunication trope in like a third act breakup. I don't preferably love that, but we will see. She might make me change my mind. I highly doubt it though, but we will see. Next up, we have Kin by Taori Jones. I haven't read anything by Taori Jones, but I did read a book where she wrote the foreword, and it was Neighbors and Other Stories, and I absolutely loved that book so much. And so once I read that, that's how her name got in my brain. And then I saw this on Book of the Month, and I was like, I need to pick it up. And just also like the cover, it's giving. And then also, I believe this book deals with like generations and stuff like that, and I love books that deal with that topic, like family generational traumas and just anything books about families. I love it. Like, I eat them down, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna eat this book down. Here's the book that I was talking about, Lady Tremaine. This is a Cinderella retelling, and we will be like about Lady Tremaine, and I feel like they said this book is supposed to like her in a different light. So this was actually my Book of the Month pick, and then the rest of the Book of the Months that I showed you were add-ons. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this. After that, we have another thriller, Her Last Breath. I've heard mixed reviews about this book because one of my favorite book talkers, Brandy, she said she didn't like it, and I was like, oh. But on synopsis, it just felt like this would be such an unhinged thriller, and I love me some unhinged thrillers. So let me see if I can read you the synopsis. Alrighty. After years of excuses, Tess has finally agreed to go caving with her best friend Allie. Their lives have diverged sharply since high school. Allie is a self-made travel influencer, while Tess is a shy and claustrophobic legal assistant struggling to pay for law school. Maybe Tess is a little jealous of Allie's globetrotting lifestyle, but who wouldn't be? Like, I'm a little jealous. And she's fictional. As Tess and Allie descend into the depths, they realize they're not alone. A stranger who claims to be a fellow caver harasses them. Confident, take-no-beep Allie insults the guy, and he retaliates. Soon, Tess is trapped inside a narrow crawl space, hundreds of feet underground, fighting to stay alive. 24 hours later, as a hospitalized Tess recounts her harrowing story of survival, the detective interviewing her shares a new and shocking secret about Allie's true past. Together, they begin to suspect the brutal attack wasn't so random after all. Who was Allie really? Why did this man target them? And why did Tess really leave the danger behind when she escaped the cave? No, I didn't read that right. And did Tess really leave the danger behind when she escaped the cave? Like, it just seemed like it would be right up my alley. So I'm very excited to get into this one. Like, I want to form my own opinion. After that, we have A Lineage of Grace by Francine Rivers. Francine Rivers is the author of, what's that book? Oh, Redeeming Love. A lot of Christian girlies love that book. I haven't read it yet. And as a Christian girly, I do want to read it because a lot of Christian girlies like swear by that book. So I believe we're following like biblical women, and it even has like things, little lessons that you can learn. Okay, Rivers. I like that, and I'm very excited to get into this book. So this will be her first book by me, unless I purchase Redeeming Love and then read it first, but I highly doubt it. After that we have The Crossroads by C.J. Box. This is another, I want to say like, and it's about these families at the crossroads. Something happens, and yeah, I was just reading the synopsis on Amazon. I was like, okay, like, add this to my Amazon book wish list, and here it is. Somebody purchased it for me. I believe it was my mom, so I'm excited to get into it. Don't know much about CJ Box or this book, and like I said, excited to get into it. Last but not least, the biggest book on my TBR, y'all. When I say the biggest, the thickest, the longest book on my physical TBR. I don't understand why nobody told me how long this book was, how big this book was. I usually stay away from big books. Anything pushing 450 pages, no. I have Gone with the Wind. Do you see how chunky she is? She is 957 pages, and I cannot believe that. I cannot believe this book is this thick. I remember when I purchased it, I didn't even realize, I didn't even check the page count, and it came here in the Amazon box, and I was like what? The reason why I have this book in my hand is because, like I said, I read Queen of Sugar Hill by Rashonda Tate, which follows Hattie McDaniel, who was the actress in Gone with the Wind. She played Mammy. And that just intrigued me, and I started watching Gone with the Wind, and it is a long movie. It's 3 hour plus, so I guess that should have enlightened me that maybe the book would be long, but it didn't. And so here I am sitting with a book that's 957 pages. She is my biggest book and thickest book by far. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited to get into her, but I'm a little bit scared. I'm predicting this will probably take me 2 months to read, and if not a month, but she would have to be the only book on my TBR, which it's never gonna happen. So she will probably take me a good few months to get through. Alrighty guys, so that is the end of my birthday book haul. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on my other socials, but also make sure you hit that subscribe button here. That would mean a lot to me. Comment down below if you have any of these books on your TBR, if you've read them already, and also comment down below any book videos you want to see from me. I will be greatly to oblige by them. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Peace.